Alright, we're playing another game of our campaign. We got Tau on this side. It is 2,000 points versus Eldar. The Tau fighting against their former allies. The reason being, remember the last time where the Eldar helped the Tau capture the research in one of the research scientist labs in the second game? Not only did it hold the information on how to create the Tyranid disease, but it also gave a location to some ancient ruins below the Tau city. This Tau port is where we're playing at. The main city that at the very beginning of the game, the Tau defended the entrance to from the Tyranids. The Eldar were swept in real quick and are just trying to get to the entrance to the ruins so they can get some artifacts or something. You know, Eldar and their trickery helping the Tau and then backstabbing them when they were no longer useful, because they just wanted to help the Tau, because, you know, the Tyranids would cause a problem for both sides. They wanted to give a Tau a way to destroy the Tyranids and help the Eldar in the end.
Is it a relic?
The objective is this building. Below this building, or inside this building's or below it, basically where the ruins are that the Eldar want. So, and fortunately, the Tau are able to create a hasty defense that coincidentally was defending this one place the Eldar need. So the Eldar are coming in full force, 2,000 points, both sides trying to break in and capture this building and hold it. And that's what we're going to play. No objectives, just us trying to kill each other, basically. Me defend this building. Alright, to go over my list. Once again, we're going to switch sides after turn 2. Roll the dice on a 4+. We didn't do that last game, we forgot to, but we're going to try to do it this game. Here, I'm playing as the Tau. Here's a Riptide with Fusion Blaster Ion Accelerator. Here's a Hammerhead with Long Strike, Burst, now it is Smart Missiles and Submission rounds. All that stuff. 4 Pathfinders, Devilfish with 8 Fire Warriors in it. 8 Fire Warriors right there. Right, yeah. There's 4 Pathfinders inside that building. Another squad of 8 Pathfinders around the gun. 3 Crisis Suits with Missile Pods, a Commander who's the Warlord. And 6 Marker Drones. 2 Broadsides, and another Riptide with Ion Accelerator and Fusion Blaster. In the Devilfish are the 8 Fire Warriors. In reserve, I have Deep Striking 3 Crisis Suits with Melted Guns and 3 Drones, and Outflanking Stealth Suit with 1 Fusion Blaster and 2 Burst Cannons. Warlord trait of the Commander is Inspiring Presence. That's his campaign trait, and that's all the special rules here.
Okay, Craft World Voland here, and another game, another chance to play the Eldar here. Excited to do that. First off, we'll start over here. A group of Warwalkers. They're fitted out. One actually has double scatter lasers. The others have a build out of a scatter laser and bright lance each. I have my Wraith Knight here. He's got the 5+ invulnerable shield and the sun cannon and a scatter laser right there. Behind that, Wave Serpent. It has 5 Dire Avengers inside, and it has scatter lasers up top. All of my vehicles have hollow fields, by the way. Right here is my Fire Prism. A group of 3 jet bikes with one of my Farseers. This is not my Warlord, but he has Prescience, Foreboding, Perfect Timing, and Precognition. Behind this building, they'll probably be jumping away first turn, are 6 Swooping Hawks. Another Wave Serpent right there. This one, well, yeah, this one has scatter lasers as well with 5 Dire Avengers inside. My second fire prism right there, obviously with hollow fields. My last wave serpent with dire vendors inside, and that actually has a twin link bright lance up top. And then my commander, my warlord over there, he's a farseer, obviously, with 3 jet bikes. And he actually has the warlord trait of eye on distant events. So for one use, I get to use stealth for all my units within 12 inches. He has guide, he has shrouding, and he has psychic shriek. So with that, that's what I have on the board. And in reserve, I have my Exarch in the Crimson Hunter. And that's my 2,000 points. Okay, the movement phase. The Eldar actually seized the initiative. So in my scout move, I moved my War Walkers right there behind that octagonal building. Rest of my movement, I moved up my Wraith Knight right there, 6 inches. Moved my this Wave Serpent up 12 inches. This group of jet bikes moved up 12. That Wave Serpent moved up 12. Both of these fire prisms just shifted a bit to get a better line of sight. Over here, this group of jet bikes, the Warlord jumped up right there. And I went there with my last Wave Serpent, and he's actually didn't get, he's still allowable to move, no problem there. As far as psychic phase, this group, as well as everything within 6 inches, which means that fire prism and that Wave Serpent is shrouded. I got that off. And then my other powers, I got this prescience, or I think this was guided actually, and this other Wave Serpent was prescienced. So that is my movement, psychic phase, and I'm going to go into shooting and see what we can do. Okay, end of the Eldar shooting phase. Really successful actually. With my War Walkers right here, I was able to put like 12 wounds on those broadsides, and they actually died, so they're gone. The rest of my shooting, just quickly notate what happened. With my Wraith Knight, I was able to kill 2 of the 4 Pathfinders over there. They did make their leadership. And the rest of shooting, he either jinked and did some saves, which were beneficial for him. But this last Wave Serpent right here shot the Bright Lance and the Serpent Shield and took 3 glancing hull points away. And basically that transport, the Devilfish, is dead. The Fire Warriors spilled out right there. And I think the only last thing that happened was this Wave Serpent right here shot and killed 1 Fire Warrior, and they made their leadership. So that is the end of the shooting phase for the Eldar. Very successful. I'm going to go ahead and do some assault moves with my my jet bikes and things, and my Wraith Knight, and we'll come back with that. Okay, final update and complete conclusion of the Eldar turn. With my Wraith Knight, I jumped up 9 inches. He's on top of that building right there. These jet bikes moved up 6, and this group of jet bikes moved up 7. So that's the end of Eldar turn, and we'll go to the Tau turn 1.
Alright, so in movement phase, moved all my guys up. Pure Touch It here, Tank Hunter. Nova Charge, got 2 Ripple Fire. Nova Charge here. This 3+ invulnerable save. That's what I did. I'm going to go into shooting phase. Alright, in shooting, shot all my marker lights at the Wraith Knight. Used all the marker lights, the Riptides, a bunch of Fire Warriors, and everyone shot. Basically, everyone shot into the Wraith Knight. He only has 1 wound left, except for these Crisis Suits who shot into this Wave Serpent and destroyed it. Oh, and also these Fire Warriors shot into the bikes that were here, and they fell back. Killed 1 guy. Fell back. So Now I'm going to do assault moves. I'll probably actually do a charge here too. This Riptide might try to charge that guy. Assault phase, Riptide moved all the way up here. Guys moved back, and I failed to charge the Wraith Knight. It's now going into Eldar, turn 2.
Okay, I brought my Swooping Hawks right there. They automatically did not scatter, they automatically came in. And I went ahead and in movement I did shoot and my big haywire or grenade pack and tried to hit those fire warriors. It actually killed 2 of them. Have to shoot at the same group, so they'll be shooting right after this. Also, my last reserve came in. It was the plane, but unfortunately it was shot down, intercepted by that gun right there, so it is dead. The rest of the movement phase, I moved my Wraith Knight up right there. He moved up 12 inches. These jet bikes moved up 12. The War Walkers moved up 6. This Wave Serpent moved up 6. This Fire Prism just shifted a bit. This Wave Serpent right here actually moved 6. It just kind of shifted. Hopefully take out some of those Fire Warriors over there. Those Dire Avengers did not move. This Fire Prism actually moved back because I missed my leadership again. First time I rolled 11, fell back. I rolled a 12. Fell back, so now I'm right there on the edge, and that's why I moved this back, so I could get some psychic powers off, and I did. I was able to get this guided, and the only other thing I did was, I gave precognition to my psyker here, and I gave prescience to my Wraith Knight. And we'll go into shooting, and see what happens. Okay, just to recap, shooting. When my Swooping Hawks did come in, they did a haywire grenade pack and killed 2 of the Fire Warriors that are over there. In the shooting phase, when they shot at them, they killed an additional 2, I guess another 5. So there's 1 guy left that had gone to ground. And then in my battle focus, I did run down from the top of the building, and they have entered the building. So these guys are really doing well. They've done some stuff, and they're into the building, so that's really good for them. The rest of my shooting phase did not go as well as I hoped. I did force this group to go to ground because one of my fire prisms shot, and they would have had like 7 guys die, but they went to ground, got a really good cover save. That last Fire Warrior had gone to ground because my Wave Serpent tried to shoot at it. And over here, all the rest of my shots, well, the shots from the War Walker, from this Wave Serpent, and a blast from this Fire Prism right here, tried to hurt this Riptide. They actually took 2 wounds away, shot almost everything at it, including his little jet bikes. Took 2 wounds, but he's still in good shape. I decided against trying to shoot and assault in with my Wraith Knight because I only have 1 wound. Instead, I shot over here at this command group, took away 6 of the drones, all the drones, and put 1 wound on the crisis suit. So I'm going to have to go ahead and charge in right there. So we're going to come back with assault phase, and we'll see what happens. Okay, in assault phase, died from Overwatch, but I had to do that. I just wanted to get in there, hurt that command group, but at least they lost their marker drones. But, actually, the Fire Warriors killed them, but I just didn't want to assault this guy because he had the big power weapons and those plasma rifles. But he hit really good, a lot of 6s. He had the little gun that helped too, so it was just ridiculous. Anyway, that's the end of the turn. Turn 2 for the Eldar, but come back with Tau turn 2.
Alright, on my movement phase, Nova charged, got a 46 assault move. These guys moved up. They got off the ground and they're moving up, though they're still gonna snap fire. These Pathfinders moved out from the building up on top of here. Fire Warriors moved to the side. Take cover behind the little wall. These guys moved up to took Tank Hunter as their pure tide ship. That guy did not Nova charge the Riptide, but he moved over. Hammerhead moved back here. No, we're just not going to worry about those. Swooping Knocks are not going to be able to do much. And now we're going to see what we can do. Shooting, these crisis suits destroyed the War Walkers. The Riptide killed a bike. Took a whole point away with this Riptide. Hammerhead made the Fire Prism jink over there. And then I shot a couple shots and those Dire Avengers didn't do anything. So I did my shooting phase. Now I'm going to do my assault moves, because there'll be no charges. And also, I didn't say last turn, but I failed both my reserve rolls. Alright, assault moves. My Riptides moved up. Just get closer, put pressure, and move my crisis suits back. So now going into Eldar turn 3. Now we're going to roll to see if we switch sides. We forgot to do it last game, or we're still going to do it for this game. We do switch sides. Alright, here, these guys made their regroup test, so they're back up. Psychic phase, he cast Guide onto this Fire Prism. This one jinked last turn, so he snapped firing. Wave Serpents and Bikes moved up. Dire Avengers moved to the side to get some shots onto that Riptide. Now, going to the shooting phase. Psychic phase, the only psychic power I made was the Guide. So, pretty bad. Shooting from the Dire Avengers, put a wound on the Riptide. I did make these guys go to ground from a large blast of a Fire Prism, but that's all I did in my shooting phase. So now, all the Eldar are on the side of the Tau, but they haven't done much damage to the Tau force. No. And now we're going to Tau turn 3, playing Volanders, playing the Tau now.
Okay, going over the Tau movement. I did get my reserves in. I tried to place these crisis suits back near where those jet bikes are. They actually fell off the board, and I rolled a 2, and so they were placed right here in the middle of nowhere. Nothing within sight. They can't really shoot at anything other than maybe those Dire Avengers. My other Tau unit was outflanking, and they rolled to get right there behind that Wave Serpent. And let's see, summing up movement. I moved these crisis suits right here to the building. They have Tank Hunter. Possibly they may shoot at this Wave Serpent. I moved the Riptide up closer to be able to shoot, melt a distance, get a charge. These Fire Warriors moved up to this little top of the wall. Those Fire Warriors over there that are going to be snap firing moved over to that top of the wall to shoot the Dire Avengers that perhaps may be open, if that tank blows up. Shifted that Hammerhead back just a bit. And the last piece of movement, I moved my Riptide up right here to get in range, maybe menace those Dire Avengers. I did lose a wound with, I attempted my Nova Charge. And with that, we'll go into the shooting phase. Okay, end of Tau shooting phase. This Riptide went ahead and shot and killed one Dire Avenger. The Fire Warriors over there, the 7 of them, and this one little Fire Warrior also tried to shoot at the Dire Avengers, did nothing. This group of crisis suits were not in range of anything, so they just ran to right there on the other side of the wall. And big developments over here with the back end of this battlefield. My Riptide did shoot at this Wave Serpent, but he made all his Jinx saves, and he'll probably try to assault right there. But over here there was a group of 3 jet bikes, 1 Farseer, 2 jet bikes, 1 Farseer, and they were wiped out by shooting from this group of fire warriors. And actually, what really did them in was the Farseer had like 9 wounds when these crisis suits shot at him, so he died. Last thing over here, the Wave Serpent lost 2 hull points to the shots from those crisis suits, and he was able to jink and save a shot from that hammerhead. But Eldar in pretty bad shape right now. As far as charges, my Riptides, the Tau Riptides, are going to charge the Dire Avengers. They need, I believe, either an 8 or a 9, and I need to charge this Wave Serpent right here. And we'll come back and talk about the results of that charges.
Assault here, failed, rolled an 8, needed a 9.
Needed a 9, got an 8 right there. Last thing, I did come in here, I made an impact hit and took it out. It exploded. And
they made all the saves.
They made all their saves, the Dire Avengers, and it did not get hurt here. So that is the end of the Tau phase, and we will roll once more.
See if we switch back to our original sides. We do. Stealth suits moved up in their assault move, and these crisis suits moved. These crisis suits moved back. These ones moved onto the building in their assault move. So now going into Eldar, who Volander is now playing again. Turn 4, right? Yeah.
Okay, we're going to recap everything, moving and shooting, and there's not going to be any assaults. But okay, so this Wave Serpent basically moved and then turbo boosted right here. Swooping Hawks are back. They landed right outside the door. They dropped a bomb and hurt, well, I think they took 1 wound away over here. And they shot, yeah, that's what happened. They shot at this commander and took 1 wound away. Then they battle-focused, ran inside the building. Over here, these Dire Avengers ran up 6 inches. And they shot and took 1 wound away from one of the crisis suits. What else? Very limited Eldar models still alive. Oh, actually some good news over here. The Farseer did his Psychic Scream and took a wound, no, 2 wounds away from the Riptide that was here. And the last wound was taken away by the Dire Avengers, so that Riptide died.
And then you turbo boosted.
And I turbo boosted those bikes right there. Over here, did a couple pie plate shots for both of these fire prisms. I did manage to kill 1 drone and 1 crisis suit out of that group, right around that building. And then over here, the other pie plate I hit, but I could not wound. So that is the end of my phase. Assault moves. There's not going to be any assaults. So that's it for the Eldar.
Movement, moved the Hammerhead, ready to blow up the tank. These guys moved back, ready to take out the Dire Avengers. Riptide moved to the side, get ready to charge and shoot those Dire Avengers. Tau, Crisis Suits, and Fire Warriors, or Stealth Suits and Fire Warriors moved up to take out the Warlord. These Crisis Suits moved inside, because the Swooping Hawks are inside this building, and this is what the Tau are trying to protect. For some reason, the Eldar are attacking them. Shooting this Hammerhead with the help of some Pathfinders who took away the cover of the Wave Serpent. He blew it up. The Crisis Suits killed all the Dire Avengers. The Crisis Suits inside, you can see them, shot and did nothing to the Swooping Hawks. But the Assault moved in just so I could get them underneath because they used to be over there. Fire from over here. All these guys shot in here. Only the Farseer's left. He's all good though. And nothing happened to those Dire Avengers. All these Dire Avengers though were killed. 3 were killed by the Fire Warriors. 2 were killed by the Riptide. So now we're going into Eldar turn 5. And so I do assault moves though. I'm just gonna roll it. going 6. The Riptide going 11. And if these stealth suits decide to do something, they'll go 5. But we'll be back with Eldar turn movement and all that stuff. Here's the assault moves. Those dice are wounds. They only have 1 wound left. Moved here. These guys just shuffled a bit. So now we're going into Eldar turn 5.
Okay. In movement, those swooping hawks just have to stand there, and hopefully they could survive against those oncoming crisis suits. Probably take a shot at those guys. They did come in. They're going to drop their blast in a second here. But other movement, I moved my 2 groups up, my 2 fire prisms. I jumped my Dire Avengers closer so they could take a shot at maybe those guys right here on top of the building. Other thing, big development, I moved my Farseer up 12 inches, and he did Psychic Scream against the commander and his crisis suit group, and very big development. He rolled a 15 and lost 5 wounds, so 3 of those crisis suits died, and the commander took 1 wound. He has 2 left. So actually very big development, but still Eldar playing against very big odds, but hopefully the Farseer can help out even those odds. Okay, in shooting, not a lot of shots, but the Dire Avengers and both of these blasts, I did concentrated blasts, and I was able to kill 1 Fire Warrior and 2 stealth units. Stealth suits, that's what they're called. That's all that's happened. They made their leadership. Inside the building, I did shoot at the crisis suits, but he made all his armor saves, and that's all that happened, really. In my assault phase, I just moved behind the building to get away from marker lights. But I do have shrouding for that Farseer, so hopefully I could make some saves. That's the end of my turn, and it's time for the Tau turn. Okay, I did decide to charge, and I salted in. I died. 1 died in Overwatch, but then none of us was wounded, or we both made our saves. So basically, tied combat, nothing happened. So that is the end of the Eldar turn.
Moving the last of the Tau forces to surround the Eldar survivors, this Farseer. These sweeping hawks. The commander was on top. He moved, came inside. Fire Warriors come down. Riptide moved up. Fire moves forward to shoot there. Hammerhead moves to line up the shot. Now we're going to shoot. Go to shooting phase. Okay, shooting. Hammerhead shot a rail shot here, immobilized it, and took a whole point away. Pathfinder shot, took another whole point away with the big gun. Only 1 whole point left. It's jinking, and it's immobilized. Fire Warriors here, shot at these Dire Avenger. 3 died. They made their leadership. Here, my guy shot at this guy. He lost a wound. I'm gonna charge. Riptide didn't do anything, so now we're going to go into charges. Here in Assault, I charged in. My Farseer killed everyone.
The Farseer went ahead and did 2 assaults and killed those 2 little Pathfinders, and then he ran down the last guy. So it was really nice. Really good.
Here I lost a drone and I didn't do anything in return.
So they're locked in combat still.
So here, we're gonna roll to see the game ends, but the Eldar have not captured the building. There are some swooping hawks in, but they're in assault. More fire wars are flooding in, so the Tau are in control of the building. So if the game ends, the Tau will win. We're gonna roll, see if the game ends. The game keeps going. Not a lot left to try to take this building, but let's see what happens. Alright, Eldar movement. Farseer moved there.
Farseer moved here. He did a psychic scream through the building. He had sight for 2 guys that were up here.
Killed both of them.
Killed 2 of them. He rolled bad, but he had a leadership 10. So
because of my warlord trait.
You only lost 2.
Then you got shrouding off.
Shrouding, I got shrouding off. He did shoot at these Pathfinders. Nothing happened, but I did a blast and killed 3 of them right here. Yeah. And at this point, I am going to actually charge. This Star Avenger moved up, tried to kill this one little guy, and nothing happened. So I'm going to go ahead and try to charge there, and then we'll resolve that conflict.
Here in this assault, this Farseer rolled double ones.
I could not make it in. It wasn't even close. The Swooping Hawks are like the heroes of the match so far. They will probably die, but man, they're still holding up against all those big monsters. Crisis suits, at least in there.
They put a wound on one crisis suit?
Yeah, they lost 1 guy, took a wound away from the crisis suit, so they're still hanging in there.
Alright, in the shooting phase, the Pathfinders, with the help of the Riptide, killed the Farseer. This hammerhead shot blew up a wave serpent or fire prism, and this cannon took out the other fire prism. This Star Avenger survived. I want to go into this assault. This is one of the only 2 units still left on the Eldar for the Eldar. And here in the assault, 3 Swooping Hawks are brought down when the Fire Warriors charged in, swinging it to the Tau favor finally. So that now there's only 2 models for the Eldar. This one Swooping Hawk, this one Dire Avenger. The Eldar have seen that it's time to call off, but we're still gonna roll to see if the game ends, because no one can say that the Eldar gave up. It's gonna end if it ends.
The game ends.
Alright, now the Eldar
is over.
The Eldar see it's that they've lost too many bodies trying, because what was going on is under this city, coincidentally under the main Tau city, which of course is being attacked daily by Tyranids, so they can't like spare all these forces, but they had to because the Eldar just started attacking because they needed to get to this building. The Tau wouldn't let them because why the Eldar coming in? They gotta destroy all these buildings to get underneath, so that Tau basically had to defend from an attack from the Eldar. They were able to. Eldar see that the Tyranids are everywhere. The Tau are able to defeat them right where they found the relics underneath this Tau city, but the Tau are unable to be defeated. So the Eldar just basically leave. That is this. So the Eldar have been basically kicked out of the campaign, and the Tau are victorious, but at the cost of a lot. They lost a lot of guys. These were supposed to be protecting the city from Tyranids, but they had to be redirected to help the Eldar. So thanks for watching. This is the end of this battle, end of this mission of the campaign. Next mission will bring back the Tyranids and some other forces fighting. Maybe the Tau, maybe not. Maybe a different force altogether.
The Craft World Voland has left the region.
Yes.
They see that, they may come back at another point in time, not in this campaign, but they know where the stuff is, the relics are, but they don't want to wait and lose any more troops, so they're out of there.
Alright, so thanks for watching, and that is the end.